Have you ever heard the phrase, do whatever you feel, or do whatever makes you feel happy? Constantly by people around us and by the media, we're told, you do you. Do whatever your little heart desires. When I was in high school, it was, you do you, boo-boo. But where does that get us? Where do we end up if we're constantly just doing whatever makes our heart happy? Sometimes that leads us to doing some pretty incredible things. Doing what you feel sometimes could lead you to worshiping with your whole heart to God. Or maybe it might end up just making you go out and do something great for somebody else because you're just doing what feels right and what feels good. But sometimes doing whatever makes you feel good could lead you to some pretty bad situations. It might lead you to gorging out and completely neglecting your health. Or ending up drunk and high at a party because you just wanted to take the edge off. Or maybe it could lead you to an addiction with porn or with dating or with sex or something like that. Whatever it is, doing whatever you want can lead you in great ways and in negative ways. So if we shouldn't do what we want, we shouldn't just do what makes our heart happy, what should we do? Don't do what feels good. Do what's right. Don't do what you feel. Do what is right. 1 Thessalonians 5:5-10 says this, "You're sons of light, daughters of day. We live under wide open skies and know where we stand. So let's not sleepwalk through life like those others. Let's keep our eyes open and be smart." People sleep at night and get drunk at night, but not us. Since we're creatures of the day, let's act like it. Walk out into the daylight sober, dressed up in faith, love, and the hope of salvation. God didn't reject us. God didn't set us up for an angry rejection, but for salvation by our Master, Jesus Christ. He died for us, a death that triggered life. Whether we're awake with the living or asleep with the dead, we are alive with Him. Don't do what you feel. Do what is right. Let's look back at verse 8 really quick. And it says, "Since we're creatures of the day, let's act like it." Throughout this series, we have talked about winning the war against ourselves. And ultimately, the only way we can actually go out and do that is if we declare war on our actions. Because the only way we're going to win the war against the versions of us that we don't want to be is by actually acting on what we've been talking about and going out and changing something about ourselves. Here's the deal, guys. Darkness has been completely overcome by light. So let's act like it. Let's live like we live in a world where Jesus has actually rose from the dead. But trust me, I get it. It can be hard. It can feel like we are so weak against just all the temptation that's in our world. But because He is strong, we don't have to be weak anymore. Joel 3:10 says, "Let the weak say, I am strong." So let's stand up and declare war, knowing with full and complete confidence that the God that brought us into this war will see us through it. So I don't know how you're feeling right now, but if you're feeling like you're just doing whatever makes your heart happy, or you're feeling like you're being completely controlled by your temptations, by your losses, by whatever it is, I want you to know that you don't have to feel like that anymore. You can feel alive in Him. He died for us. Death that triggered life. Whether we're awake with the living or asleep with the dead, we're alive with Him. If you want to feel alive and you want to win the war against that version of you that you don't want to be anymore, the only way you can do it is by putting your hope, your faith, and your trust in Jesus and letting Him control your actions and lead you to where you should be going.